Good day students. In this video lecture we will see how to compute the support count for the candidate item sets generated by the candidate generation procedures. So what do you mean by the support counting? It is the process of determining the frequency of occurrence for every candidate item set that survives the candidate pruning. So whichever the candidate item sets which survives the candidate pruning step and goes forward to the next iteration, uh, those candidate item sets frequency we should compute in the a priori frequent item set generation algorithm. For that purpose we need a particular procedure for doing the support counting. So one very trivial approach which we can think of for doing the support counting is just compare each transaction against every candidate item set and to update the support counts of candidates contained in the transaction. So it is a very brute force approach, uh, brute force kind of thing, where you compare each transaction against the every candidate item set. But this approach is computationally expensive. The reason is when the number of transactions and candidate item sets are large, then it is very difficult to perform or expensive to perform, because you have to compare every transaction with every candidate item set and check whether it is having the required support or what is the support count for that. Then based on the support count you decide frequent or infrequent. So what is the alternative approach for that? To do that, you enumerate the item sets contained in each transaction and use them to update the support counts of their respective candidate item sets. So let us see this with an example where it will be clear for you. So consider a transaction T that contains 5 items. So let us have one transaction which has the 5 items, that is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So suppose if we are interested to have the candidate 3 item set and the frequency count of that, then the total number of 3 candidate item sets will be 5C3, which is seen in the earlier lecture. So 53C means it will be 10 item sets of size 3 will be contained in this transaction. Then let us see how systematically the candidate sets are enumerated in order to do the support counting. So assuming that at each item set keeps its item in increasing lexicographic order. Why this lexicographic order is very important means in order to avoid the duplicate item sets being considered. So keeping that lexicographic order or the alphabetic order in the mind, we are going to consider the smallest to the larger items or largest item. So if we take this 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 transaction, then we can enumerate the item sets in the following way, where at the level 1 we can consider 1 as the prefix and 2, 3, 5, 6 as the remaining combination. And if we consider 2, 3, 5, 6, 2 as the prefix, 3, 5, 6 as the combination, 3, 5, 6 as the combination. Let us come to the level 2 where we are going to have only 2 items, 1, 2 followed by 3, 5, 6, 1, 3 followed by 5, 6, 1, 5 followed by 6. Since we are interested in the level 3 or 3 candidate item sets, we can do the combination like this. Why we can do like this means, see 1, 2 in the alphabetic order or in the lexicographic order or in the increasing order we have or ascending order we have considered over here. What are the possible chances over here? 3, 5, 6. I can have 3 along with 1, 2 or 5 with 1, 2 or 6 with 1, 2. What is the another way? That is 1, 3 I can consider as the prefix. Then I can take a combination with 5 and 6. I can take 1, 5 as the prefix and only 6 as the combination with that. Similarly, we can try for the 2 3 5 6 2 5 6 and here 3 5 6. So this is being told over here in the form of the description. For instance, 1 followed by this represents a 3 item set that begins with item 1, which I called it as a prefix. After fixing the first item, the prefix structures at the level 2 represents the number of ways to select the second item it will be telling. Finally, the prefix structure at the level 3 will be telling how to select the third item and form the 3 candidate item sets. So in this way we can generate the or enumerate the candidate item sets and for a particular transaction, and we can match it with the generated candidate item sets for the support count. So if it is matching, then only you increment the support count, or you need not worry about that. Instead of you comparing this transaction with all the candidate item sets, you generate the possible or enumerate the subsets of that and then compare and increment the support count. So this is one way how we can do the support counting in the a priori algorithm. This brings us to the end of the lecture on support counting for a priori algorithm. Thank you.